The following is a short lesson describing the GPS unit lesson. In this lesson, students will learn the basics of Global Positioning System, or GPS units, and after mastering the basic GPS concepts and techniques, students will complete a geocaching activity. The objectives of this lesson, or the goals, are for students to define GPS, name at least 3 parts of the GPS unit, demonstrate the proper use of a GPS unit, apply what they learned about waypoints to mark a new position for other students to locate, navigate to specific locations around SWES using the GPS units, and formulate 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of using the GPS technology. It's very important to prepare for this lesson before the students come. To do this, take all the GPS units out, turn them on, allow them to acquire satellites, to acquire the signal. It usually takes about 5 minutes, and that can sometimes interfere with the amount of time you have to do your actual lesson. Once the students get here, introduce them to the idea of the GPS unit, define it, talk about its history, what we would use a GPS for, go into the vocabulary, so datum, what is latitude, what is longitude, talk about waypoints, talk about how they're measured in hours, minutes, and decimals. Talk about what triangulation means, talk about what a cache is. Go over all that vocabulary so they understand what you're talking about throughout the lesson and it's less confusing for them. Once they get here and you've introduced the GPS unit, you've introduced geocaching, you've seen if they have ever geocached before, see what their skill level is at, pass out the GPS units. You'll probably have to pair them up and introduce them to the unit, this particular unit itself, and how to use it. Be sure you're comfortable with using this unit, know where all the buttons, know all the pages, know how to mark a point, know how to find a point, know how to point out the clock and other features on the GPS unit. The GPS unit is really simple to use. On the right hand side you will locate the power button as well as the page button, which allows you to switch between pages on the unit. On the top you will find a toggle button which will allow you to move between options and select them. You will find on the left side a page search button as well as 2 other buttons that allow you to move through the main menu icons. The 3 pages are the main menu, the navigation page, and the compass page. In order to mark a point, you must return to the main menu page, toggle over to the mark icon, select it. In there you can change the name of the waypoint, you can locate the date and time, notice the coordinates of your current location, or if you wish to change that, you can select the box, highlight the numbers you wish to change, go through those. Once you've changed it, you can highlight OK and move on to the next number. Once everything has been double checked, then highlight the OK button and that waypoint has been saved. If you wish to find that, then you toggle over to the Find icon, select it, select Waypoints, find the waypoint in which you just entered, highlight it, then highlight Go To, and it will bring you to the navigation page where it will help you find your desired location. You could also change back to the compass page, which is easier for some students to understand and use with the unit. If you notice the time was on the mark page, there's one other location in order to find time. This is important for students to know how long they have to find each geocache location. Highlight the alarm clock icon, and at the bottom of the page you will notice the time and the date. This is one of the geocaches that the students will be finding. It is an ammunition box. This one is located behind Nelson Lodge. In the geocache box they'll find a card with a symbol and a question that they have to answer. In the lesson it describes locations for all the geocache boxes and tips to help your students find them. So be sure to go over this so you're comfortable with knowing where each geocache is. Once the lessons are completed for the day, be sure to go back to the geocache boxes to make sure the cards are still in there and that nothing has been messed with. Be sure to stress that with the students when talking about respect for SWES property, which includes not burying these or hiding them from other students. Sure, again, to go over boundaries, and you're going to want to stay here as students are going to be coming back to you. Again, keep a watch on time when they come back after all the lessons, being sure to have saved time for a conclusion. Bring them back, ask them challenges, was this fun, would they do it again, and talk to them about the advantages and disadvantages of using GPS technology. Make sure you've covered all your objectives, and you should have a fun, comprehensive lesson on the GPS unit.